Good morning, the American International School in Egypt high school students. Today is January 22nd. It is a day 5, and these are your morning announcements.
Milk and cereal,
Milk and cereal,
milk and cereal,
cereal and milk,
milk and cereal,
cereal, cereal,
milk and cereal,
cereal and milk,
milk
cereal
and
and milk,
cereal,
cereal and milk, cereal and milk, cereal and milk,
cereal,
cereal and milk, cereal and milk, cereal and milk, cereal and milk.
Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk. Hey. So, bit awkward, but hey, we're singing milk and cereal because Student Council is now selling cereal and milk in the cafe Sundays and Thursdays before school. So you can head your way right outside of the tech center and get some cereal and milk and cereal. According to one study, more than half of bullying situations stop when a peer intervenes on behalf of the student being bullied. While in some situations the best and safest way to help will be to notify an adult and allow them to intervene. In others, it may take only the smallest interruption to shift the focus from bullying to a different subject. This week, look for a safe opportunity to speak up when someone is treated unkindly with a small comment like, "That's not cool, man," or, "I don't think he wants you to call him that." You could even go with, "This is silly. Don't we have something better to do?" I bet you'd be surprised with the results. And now, here's a story from John Green, the best-selling author, The Fault in Our Stars.
I was bullied a lot as a kid, particularly in middle school. I remember being put in the trash can in school and having this thing, I can't remember what they called it, where 4 different kids would pull me by each of my limbs, arms and legs, and tug on me. And that feeling right before it happened, when you knew it was going to happen, so dehumanizing and scary. And then for the rest of the day, or weeks often, I just live in fear of that happening again because I didn't feel like a person when it happened. Deep down, I don't think anyone wants to be a bully. I think that what happens is that it's a weird social environment, and it seems like that's the best way to keep from getting hurt yourself. And then if just one person in that group is like, wait a second, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe all of a sudden the dynamic completely changes. So I remember that happening in middle school. I remember, one person saying, oh, he is a loser, but we don't have to beat him up. And that's, but that made a huge difference. Whenever someone steps in and is like, no, that's actually less cool than you think it is. This is not helping anybody's social status. All of a sudden it changes the dynamic.
Congratulations once again to our JV girls football team who placed second in the CISSA tournament this past weekend. They went out, they played hard, they kicked butt, and they brought home a trophy. Congratulations, ladies. The semester exam schedule has been set. It was emailed to your parents yesterday, as well as is found in the student bulletin that has been emailed to you. Make sure you check the appropriate times and locations, as they may not be in the room in which you are accustomed. You will find your exams all posted at both ends of the hallways, as well as outside of the high school office. If you have a conflict, you should have, of course, obviously filled out your high school conflict exam form. If you haven't done so, you still can. However, you need to make sure that you confirm with both teachers that you have a conflict. It is for the teacher to decide when and you are going to take that exam. You guys will work together to do so. There is, of course, the makeup and conflict exam time Wednesday afternoon, but there are additional times in which you can work with your teachers to make arrangements. Now, you should have already started studying. You should have already started preparing. These stop and study days are going to begin for many of you tomorrow in some classes and then take place again on Wednesday. So I want to make sure that if you want to leave early on any of the exam days, meaning you have finished an exam, you are done at 10:30 and you have no other exams for the rest of the day, you need to remind your parents to check their emails. This is the only place in which they're going to find the Google form that allows you to go home early. If that form is not completed, you will not be able to go home if it is not completed by 9 a.m. the day in which you need to leave. So, once again, you need to have your parents complete that form. Have them check their email so that you can be released early. Thank you. Enjoy the studying, enjoy those exams, and best of luck. I'd like to recognize 2 students today for Panther Pride. Our first one comes from Miss Crawford, who would like to recognize Hanzada for her sense of community, and primarily for her willingness to support the needs of her peers by tutoring others in writing. One way to demonstrate mastery is to pass on your skills. Congratulations, Hanzada, and thank you for your sense of community and helping those around you. I'd also like to recognize someone from Mr. Islam's class. Mr. Hasuna would like to recognize Adil Al-Haddad for his integrity, and this is especially due to his working hard and accepting responsibility within his coursework and within his class. So thank you very much, Adil and Hanzada, for being wonderful students and exemplifying the expectations and standards that we have at AIS.
Try to do something kind this week. If we all did one kind thing for someone else, it would make such a difference.